Once upon a time, there was a group of 4 sisters who lived near a forest. Little Pink Riding Hood.
Hello.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Hello.
Little Purple Riding Hood.
Hello.
And Little Blue Riding Hood.
Hello.
One day, the girl's mother gave them a basket of cakes and butter to take to their grandmothers who were very sick.
You must take this to your grandmothers. They are very sick.
Before leaving, the girl's mother gave them some very important advice.
Do not talk to strangers.
Mom waved goodbye to the girls,
Bye, girls.
and they skipped off together down into the forest. Suddenly, they heard a very suspicious growling. It was a pack of hungry wolves looking for a snack of little girls. The wolves were very hungry, but they decided not to eat the little girls in the middle of the forest in case someone saw them. So instead they asked,
Where are you going? To our grandma's house.
the girls forgot the advice their mother had given them about not talking to strangers, and they told them where they were going, and they even pointed the way there. And then they skipped off together down the path further into the forest. Now the wolves were very, very cunning and knew the forest very well. So they sped off in another direction to make it to the grandmother's house before the girls could. The grandmothers were asleep in their bed when the wolves arrived.
Okay, let's get to bed.
The wolves came knocking at their door.
Knock, knock. Oh, grandmothers, it's us, your grandchildren.
The grandmothers were very scared and leapt under the bed to hide.
I do not like wolves.
Now, the wolves were very, very sneaky, and they had a very cunning idea. They decided to disguise themselves as the grandmothers and hide in the bed until the girls arrived. The little girls arrived from skipping through the forest. But as soon as they got inside, they started noticing some strange things, and they had a few questions.
Grandma, how big ears do you have? The better to hear, my dear. Grandma, how big eyes do you have? The better to see you, my dear. Grandma, what big furry hands do you have? The better to hug you, my dear. Grandma, what sharp teeth you have? The better to eat you, my dear.
The wolves leapt from the bed and threw off their disguises, and they were just about to eat the group of little girls when suddenly and thankfully a group of very brave woodcutters who had been working nearby conveniently ran into the house to save them. They chased the wolves around and around the house and bravely frightened them away down the forest path. The grandmothers, as soon as it was safe, came out from under the bed where they had been hiding. And everyone thanked the woodcutters for saving them.
Hooray! Hooray!
The wolves made sure never to return to that part of the forest again. And
We are never coming back.
the girls always remembered the advice their mother had given them about not talking to strangers, and they all lived happily ever after. As I said, we just started practicing this a couple weeks ago, but we took the story and decided to add our own twist with a few extra characters so that everyone could get to play a role that they were interested in.